Hello, I'm Tony,
I'm Louie.
and this is Talking During the Movie.
It's the Talking During the Movie podcast with your hosts, Louie Gravance and Tony Whitten.
And we are back with Disney Pixar's latest, I think, smash hit on their hands.
Well, it's based on the grosses for the the biggest.
I saw some early numbers, yes.
In history. It was history making.
History making.
The opening weekend.
history making Finding Dory.
Over $136 million opening weekend.
That's the biggest for an animated film, right?
Under these circumstances at this time of year, yes.
They always get really specific.
Well, there might be some
It's the biggest, like, November 12th opening kind of a thing.
Freaking hit.
Yeah.
And when you think that many of those tickets are discounted tickets, this is really used to annoy Walt Disney, is that people say, Gone with the Wind made this much money. It used to really annoy him that did not count butts in seats, because his movies at that time were like 50% of what a normal ticket was. So Snow White making $4 million was a big deal. So still, also kids' movies are.
Well, they should have like money made, but also like tickets sold, maybe.
I guess.
To help it.
Who cares? It's gonna make a lot of money.
It's really good. I was a little nervous when I heard Finding Dory sequel. Sometimes the Pixar sequels, Cars 2. I'm like, I don't know about that. But, Toy Story 2 and 3 were absolutely amazing. They're finally going to make an Incredibles 2, which I think people were really looking forward to. So I was a little nervous about this one. I wasn't too sure. I'm like, where are you going to go with this? But I thought they did a marvelous job.
It's a very classy effort. However, it's basically the same movie.
It's very similar, yes. But I think you could also call it Finding Toy Story. There's a lot of elements from Toy Story I found from the sequels in that as well.
No, to me, Toy Story, when you step back from it and look at all the pieces, it makes one pie.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying they're taking a piece from that pie and putting it into the formula. Yeah,
I liked it a whole lot.
Oh, it's wonderfully good.
I didn't love it, and I thought I didn't love it, and I thought that everything was almost as good as the first one.
Yeah, almost as good as the first one.
It wasn't quite as pretty.
Oh, I thought it was gorgeous.
It is pretty.
Oh,
It's quite well. It's very pretty, of course. But I didn't think it was quite as pretty. I didn't think it was quite as funny. Although the running gag, and this isn't going to there's a Sigourney Weaver gag.
Yeah, that's very funny.
And
there's lots of little.
That
bits
was
in there
maybe
like
my favorite thing as far as where the humor is concerned. However, it feels very much like the same film. Adorable creature remembers that it needs to get someplace. It needs to get home. The journey there and the trials and tribulations and the Hollywood voice talented fish that get in their way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's not a clear-cut villain the way the last one did.
Or Darla, where the hammer was coming down. Right, yeah. That's interesting that they were able to do the movie without the clear villain, yeah.
So,
but there's some wonderful characters and there's some wonderful stuff.
You know what I would also say?
I love that octopus. Septopus, sorry.
The Septopus.
Absolutely hysterical.
I think Pixar should not be so afraid of songs.
Yeah?
They kind of were almost did a song. They sort of did a Just Keep Swimming, which is from another media, of course. It's from a stage version. Go with the song. It's okay.
They kind of played around that with the first Toy Story. They weren't quite sure because Disney was known for the animated musical. So they put some songs in it without really having the characters break out into song.
But it would have been fun if they would have all sang at that particular time.
That's not what they're going for.
I have one other issue, and it's going to sound so petty. It's the reading.
The reading?
The reading.
That's what?
That the fish can read English.
That was in the first movie.
And I think it's a stretch of the agreeable world, of the agreeable boundaries, I think. Look,
we already have talking fish. So they're asking a lot.
So they can dance. So it's like this is what I'm saying. So if they can read, they can do choreography.
Just go. That's your logic? If they can read, they can do choreography?
Well, that's not the word.
They should be able to read their choreography book and know in step 6, 7, 8.
Well, I don't know. Reading. They're reading.
It was the only way to solve certain problems in the first one. So they keep it for this one.
Bambi couldn't read.
I have no problem with that.
They're reading.
There's no books out in the middle of the forest.
There's no books in the ocean either.
Well, there's words in the ocean from sunken submarines. There you go.
It's just that the reading is such a pivotal part of the plot.
It was in the first one that was very pivotal. That's how they knew where to go, because of Dory's reading. I don't see why this is a problem for this one. You've already accepted that.
I think it's
that pie's been eaten.
Isn't there a lot more reading in this one? It feels like there's a lot more.
It's the same reading.
No, it's not.
She's reading.
Oh,
she's still reading. Isn't now she like reading calculus?
But now they're
advanced
reading
college
lots
level?
of things. It's not just like one word. Oh, there's reading involved.
It's still reading.
All right.
That's
anyway.
like, well, she drove in the first
said it was
movie,
petty.
and now she's driving a lot more in the second movie. It's still driving. That part doesn't change. I don't understand what you're going for.
I think it's reading.
The same thing.
Anyway,
That's being petty.
I would recommend this movie.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to say that I think they need to be careful with the sequel thing, because does it not dilute the magic of the property to have two?
A little bit. It
does
depends,
a little bit.
It depends on the sequel, you know?
Unless it
Like
fits
if it's-
as something
yeah.
that's going to work completely, but this isn't.
Right.
This is a sequel.
It is a sequel where there wasn't like more to the story. Like Toy Story, there could be that logical extension. Cars, that seemed like a cash grab to me. This one is.
Well,
It's such an.
this
It
is
was.
a cash
It was.
grab
I think it's
that's
a little
well
bit.
done.
I think it's a little bit like Cars 2, where there was this adorable supporting character. There was this well beloved supporting character, and they're like, let's give them the lead. But this time they actually gave them the lead rather than having Lightning McQueen and Mater fight for.
And Ellen
the lead.
DeGeneres is she brings such heart to it
Right.
that's something else that really engages you.
Yes. It's all these characters are wonderful and very sweet.
But I'm not sure that because you know what, we're gonna get a lot of them from them. We are.
There's a lot of sequels on the
They're
plate from
jumping
Pixar.
on the sequel bandwagon.
Yeah, that makes me a little concerned that there was, the Monsters University came out. And
And that was something they bugged, Walt Disney about too, is always wanting to do a sequel, and he just was, maybe too stubborn about it. Just would not do it.
Right.
Because again, he thought it diluted the magic of how.
But this sequel wasn't rushed out. This sequel took, what 13 years for them to get down? They're like, maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't. So at least they take the process of thinking, like, is there a second story to tell? Can we tell a good story? I think they did. Mm-hmm. Is it as magical as the first one? No, I don't. I think that movie has a slightly higher tier on that ladder.
For me, Finding Nemo is in the top 5.
It's just about perfection. Just about perfection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's this plateau where there's certain Pixar movies that go in there. Then it's like the middle range, and there's like Cars 2, The Good Dinosaur.
not good.
Well, I wouldn't say not good.
Cars 2 is not good.
Yeah.
It's a lousy movie.
I wouldn't say lousy movie. I've seen worse movies.
Oh, I know, but for them,
If you want a bad movie, go see the new Fantastic Four. That is awful. But there is something to be gleaned from.
Did you mean the
Cars
X-Men?
2. No, I meant the new Fantastic Four.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
I like the new X-Men.
I think you should go.
Absolutely.
And
I saw it in the
also,
3D and the big screen. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you get a chance, go see it that
and
way.
especially when you consider if you're grading on a curve, because this is one horrific year for motion pictures so far. Just absolutely.
It took us a while to get back here. It's been a little bleak.
Knee-slappingly horrible, to the point that the studios are horrified about this whole sequel thing as well, because it's always been a magic button.
Right.
And there's a lot of huge 10, 15, $50 million write-downs on these sequels. So
they spend more money on it, and then people are like, no, we're good. I don't need to see that.
well,
And they're not coming out. They're not coming out to the theaters.
It's just been horrible. I cannot think of a worse 12-month period for cinematic comedy. Just absolute dreck.
And there's been some bad comedies being made recently.
That's what I'm saying. It's just all it's all about dicks. It's all.
For Deadpool, it worked.
I'm talking about with comedy. It's like, oh great, we've just learned that we can show them on screen.
Right.
So we're gonna have one in every movie, with every comedy, whether we need a dick or not. We're gonna get one, and it's just too much. I'm saying this as a gay man.
Well, maybe that's the
There's
sequel.
just too much.
It's like once we go, well, let's keep hitting that sequel button. Let's keep hitting that one gag over and over again.
Awful,
so to speak.
And I know it's just a cliche to say, "Oh, the movies are bad," but you know me. I mean, and us. I mean,
You've got a pretty eclectic wide range.
We cut slack for popcorn movies. It's all fine.
Yeah, we love Deadpool, and
but it's
silly.
just crap.
And,
I mean, you're just
crass,
putting out
but-
a lot of crap.
Yeah.
A lot of crap.
So that's why we're here to tell you what to spend your money on. You should spend it on Finding Dory.
And the superhero movies not from the Marvel universe have been also, I think, pretty drecky.
Well, we discussed Superman,
Yeah.
But like for instance, the new X-Men, the Apocalypse, I thought that was well done. Maybe not as good as the previous two, but still worthy. They even make a joke about it in the movie itself. So. Yeah, so there's some stuff coming up soon. I think that.
So I'd give this a B++.
I'd give it an A-.
All right, so
If
we're
we're gonna
not
rate grade like that,
far
yeah. Not too
off,
far, no.
You know,
Yeah. But like Finding Nemo would be like the A++. You know.
It was
So
like
this is still,
you know,
it's still very good. Still very good.
It's like when you find a restaurant and you have this impeccable meal, and you go back 13 years later and you order the same meal and it's still really good, but the crust on the dessert's just not
The
quite
sandwich is a little smaller
It's
than you
just-
remember.
but still well
Yeah.
worth the trip. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll go along with that.
That's
yes.
what I'm saying. That's
That I agree with.
That's
sure,
what I'm saying
absolutely.
about
okay.
this.
Okay. Still a good deal.
But okay, it's made so much money. What's to stop them from? Who are we gonna find next? Who's next to find? Finding Marlin.
Finding
Marlin.
Marlin.
Oh, Jesus,
The other principal, yeah.
please no.
Yeah, Marlin's gonna get lost, and then Dory,
Oh no.
the forgetful
We
one,
don't want to
kid,
find
the Nemo.
anybody else. Everyone's found.
We got it.
We're all found.
We're all found. We're all good. We're all
found, and
fine.
We're all going to heaven. So no more. That's kind of how I feel.
Maybe finding Marlin, he has like this religious experience, you know, and he's got to find himself.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the internal find. So he's still there the whole time, but he's just going to this existential crisis. Pixar, if you make that movie, I get 10%.
Oh, please.
That's gross.
If
Not
they're
net.
go-
I get paid
if
first.
they're going to make that movie.
I get paid first.
Please.
I'm saying using that plot line. Okay. Well, we agree.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty
All right.
close.
Excellent.
Go see it.
Go see it while it's in theaters. It's absolutely gorgeous. See it on the
Yeah.
big screen. All
Yeah.
right. Excellent. Well, I look forward to our next time.
What's coming next?
Well, there's all sorts of crazy
Well,
stuff.
what are you looking forward to next?
I've forgotten them all now.
Oh,
I know there's one coming out. What's the one coming out next week? There's one coming out soon. You know what looks fun? The Lobster. That also came out at the same time.
Oh no, I saw it.
Yeah? No?
Oh Jesus.
No?
Okay, no, it's okay. Just
Okay.
quickly.
Okay.
It is just.
10
It's
seconds.
no. It's no.
Don't?
No.
Okay.
It's,
It looked interesting.
No, and I know that you are one of these people. If you do not like pet violence, if you do not,
I know people that don't like pet
violence.
Yeah.
Do not go near the Lobster.
Good. Just warning
I'm
right
telling
there.
you
Warning
right
there.
freaking out.
right.
I don't think you need to
PSA
go
right
near
there.
it anyway. But if you're
Especially.
dog lovers, it's gonna really piss you off.
Like even more than Superman Returns.
Oh,
All right.
more.
All right. Well, then I'm Tony.
I'm Louie.
And this has been Talking During the Movie.
A lot of drag. A lot of drag.
It's been
a lot of drag.
It's been a few
And I
weeks
can't remember
now.
what's coming that's gonna make it even any at all better.
I know there's one coming out next week.
I think we're looking at a rough summer.
Yeah. Well, it's like Independence Day is coming out.
I rest my case.